Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for tuning in to our live day 5 coverage here from CMA Industry Week. And on this session, we're going to continue with our BB Distribution Showcase and circle back to a brand that we did talk about as far as their full line. But we're going to dive a little bit deeper and talk about Focal inside, but their Harley Davidson offering. Let's go ahead and get Justin on with me. What's going on, Just?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I love the t-shirt change, man. Love
Full
it.
set change.
Full
Wardrobe,
set change.
Set. Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Big category, Harley Davidson. We already spent a little bit of time talking about Focal inside. We've spent time talking about cone technology, the whole 9 yards. But this one is going to be dedicated for one application, that is Harley Davidson motorcycles.
Absolutely. So Harley Davidson was a really fun product for us and for Focal. This product was pretty much a big demand on the North American market, which is really cool. Like I said, it's cool to have a partnership with a company like that could listen to the input of, its larger distributors in the US and us in here in Canada and say, hey, we want a speaker that's not just loud. Anyone can do loud, but we want a speaker that sounds good. And it sounds good when it's played. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to the Kevlar series, you get that Focal DNA and then structure and that signature sound. But then you get cool little features that we're going to talk about in the video. But you also get, and this is what's really important that I want to start off with, you also open the door as a current Focal dealer to a whole new market of premium audio solutions that no one's offering. And as the Harley market we've seen in every other presentation is just booming and on fire. A lot of people do things good, but here at Focal, when we talk about speakers, we do it great. And to take that, ideology and to transfer it into something that is a direct fit, here once again, that unfortunate statement, plug and play, and to put it onto a unique application like motorcycle and still be able to deliver. There's a lot of cool technologies for the reason that it does do that. And a lot of little things that they've done to make sure, to make the dealers and consumers realize that, no, we didn't just take a speaker and build a set of grills for it, right? Like these are new speakers. We'll talk about it in the video. So we actually have one of our dealers who was actually the first dealer in Canada to install a set of the Focal Harley speakers. So we got Austin Wombold from Vibe Car Audio out of Red Deer, Alberta.
Welcome to CMA Industry Week, Austin.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
We're hanging in there, and we're talking Harley Davidson. So I am curious, how do you get the first set?
Well, BB's awesome, and we have a very good relationship with him, and we do a lot of bikes. So as soon as I found out these were coming out, I pre-ordered them and several sets, and they made it happen.
Justin?
How would you say that the development of these speakers, specifically the Harley Davidson kit, the Kevlar, and the Access, has affected your motorcycle business in general from, let's say, last summer or before you had access to this? Like, you've been a long-standing supporter of Focal. Maybe was not always your first choice for motorcycles, but am I safe to say now that that's your go-to? Like, when a customer walks in there, that's what you want and that's what you can. Yeah, I just want to know, like, the way that it's affected Vibe's business.
Oh, it's huge. It's changed it dramatically. We've tried it all. Even before the Harley kits were out, the specific kits, the inside kits, we were doing Focal coax. We tried all other brands, and it was always okay. And even the Focal coaxes were awesome, but these kits are they've really changed it. They've grown our business. We have, I swear, we have several bikes a week that come in. Even now, we've had 5 bikes in this year, and it's currently snowing. The Focal sound, those Harley kits, we do not put anything else in the fairing. It's no question.
Now, how about the fit and finish? I mean, not hearing from Justin, I want to hear from the dealer because I got you here now. So now I've cornered you, Justin.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Justin's trying to explain to people and being, and not that I don't trust him, but I do cherish, the testimonial from those that are on the sales floor, those that are installing. Focal Inside has done a lot of investment in production R&D and engineering, and also messaging. Talk to me about the seamless install, plug and play. Is it what it claims to be?
Oh yeah, it's seamless. They integrate so well. The grills fit perfectly. The way that they redesigned the mid on both sets with I believe it's the surround is inverted, so there's clearance for the grill. Oh, it's amazing. It truly fits perfectly.
And no, so whenever you bring that to the back, Labonte's not like, oh no, not one of these again.
No, man. They love doing bikes. Scott, I think Scott does a little bit more than Chris.
Oh, on the motorcycle side.
On motorcycles, we hear a bike roll up, and we're just like, yep,
giddy up. Okay. And what about the reaction when the customer comes back and you bring him to the back, you turn the key and you crank it?
Oh, speechless every time. No matter what set it is, Access or Kevlar, yeah, it's perfect. Their reactions, make it all worth it, and they never disappoint, not once.
And a funny thing about Harley people?
They're picky.
They talk to each other.
Harley guys are very picky, and they talk word of mouth with Harleys. It's crazy. We don't advertise bikes. We don't even advertise really. Beautiful. There's no return on radio. You can't judge that. So radio's kind of, we don't advertise, and it's word of mouth, and it's just putting a product out there that the guys want to talk about. And they're, we've never had one guy dissatisfied with the setup of Focals in his fairing, not once.
And profitability is there.
Crazy.
He's laughing. That's great.
You are crazy to not sell these. It's insane. Harley Davidsons are.
You be quiet. I'm talking to him.
They are easily one of top 3, maybe top 2 most profitable things we sell. No question.
Wow.
No question. There's
You're crazy. So to quote you, you are crazy to not be selling them.
You are, honestly.
Okay. I'll take it.
We'll take it. You can't not do it, And like you said, Harley guys talk. They're word of mouth. They want to. You don't ride a bike alone. You see Harleys on the road. There's 5 to 6, multiple guys, and they all want it.
Can you imagine they get together for the weekend? They're about to do their cruise. Buddy shows up with his new set. Of course he's playing them louder than he should, and everybody's gonna come in like, yo, what's that? And
every time.
That's how that works. Justin, we got to get to a video. Is there anything else you'd like to get from Austin? I just
want to say thank you, Austin, for the support. Thank you, Vibe. Absolutely. Keep on rock and rolling, and keep going with those Harley kits, and we appreciate it. And hopefully we get to come see you soon.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Austin. We're gonna play a video now. I'll get back to you.
Perfect. I'll be here. Guys, welcome back. Once again, it's Justin with BB Distribution and Focal Canada. And we're here today to talk to you about something a little bit different. Over the past couple trainings that you've seen, we've referenced Focal Inside and the need for OEM drop-in premium speakers. So that doesn't also apply just to vehicles. Here we're looking at the Harley Davidson. So this is a full line from Focal of Harley Davidson products and accessories to enable you guys to get the quality and the sound and the output synonymous with Focal speakers into your bikes. So when we designed these kits, we looked at the needs required for these kits. And that chose us to pick 2 of our most famous cones. In previous trainings, we've talked about the cone technologies and the requirements of cones and the basis of why these cones are manufactured from Focal directly. These 2 cones are picked 100% because of their properties. So the cones that are in question that we're talking about are our Access DFS cone and our K2 power cone. Now, each of these speakers comes in 2 variants. The speakers come in a 1998 to 2013 model and a 2014 and up model. So once again, with Focal, that's 2 speakers, segments, Access, Kevlar, and 2 speakers in each of those with 2 models, okay? 13 and under, 14 and up. Now, the first speaker that I'm going to talk to you guys about today is our Access speaker. Part number on this bad boy is HDA 165, Harley Davidson Access 6.5. Now, just to get this right off the bat, if you are using this in a 98 to 2013 bike, those originally come with 5 1/4 speakers. You will need an adapter for this, which we do have and we do provide. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is the cone. Our access cone is what we call our DFS structure, or dual fiberglass structure. So it's a bi-layer fiberglass woven cone. The reason we've chosen this cone, obviously, aside from the 3 criteria that Focal dedicates their cone technologies to, is because of the resistance of it and because of the use of it in the environment that it's going to be in. Inside a motorcycle, it's going to be susceptible to water, moisture, heat, dust, etc. Now, while the speaker may not be waterproof on the rear, the front of the speaker is completely sealed, and our DFS cone, because it is fiberglass, is 100% resistant to water, moisture, etc. Not only that, it is also an extremely rigid cone to give it the acceptable power handling to make sure that this music can be heard on the motorcycle. All right. The other thing is, this speaker was ground up, redesigned. They didn't just take a regular access 6.5 and say, hey, we're going to just make it fit in a Harley. What they did, so one thing I want you to notice on the front of the speaker is that it's completely flat. The reason they did that with the inverted butyl surround is to allow this speaker to mount as flush as possible to the grille and the fairing. We all know space is a high price right now, so having big speakers in a small space can get really tough. So Focal took the initiative to redesign this speaker to make it so that it is easy to install in a 98 to 2013 Harley Davidson or a 2014 up. The second thing I want to talk about is the new tweeter. This is an all-new aluminum dome tweeter for the Access speakers. Now, this is a compression tweeter, and it is designed to mount in a very specific way, which we'll show you later when we take a look at a mock-up of a bike. But this compression tweeter is designed with the aluminum dome, so it's extremely strong and extremely light. So that gives you the characteristics and the frequency range that it needs to play. And the fact that it's a compression tweeter means it's a lot less directional in the music that it's dispersing, which means you can hear your music going down the road at 70 kilometers an hour. All right. All the speakers, both the Access and the Kevlar, do come with a dedicated protection patch, okay? Whether you're running these speakers off the factory amplifier, an aftermarket amplifier, active or passive with these, we definitely always recommend the install of these to protect the tweeters. So that's Access. Going from there, we're going to talk about the K2P. Now, the K2P is the premium segment for Harley Davidson. It's our yellow iconic cone that's world-renowned and been in production since almost 1986 when it was first used with poly Kevlar. Since then, there have been some changes. But the reason we use this cone right now is because it's a layer of Roacell foam sandwiched between one layer of fiberglass and another layer of Kevlar, or aramid fiber. We call it aramid fiber. And that's what's kind of created that iconic yellow cone in the K2 Power series. So that cone is ideal for heat resistance, water resistance, moisture, and dust. All right, it is almost bulletproof. Not only that, it's one of the most rigid cones in the lineup, thus allowing us to create the most dynamic set of speakers that the K2 Power lineup already is. All right, so now we've taken that from car, all right, all that power, all that sound, and we've put it into a motorcycle. So a couple cool features of the K2 for Harley. So number one, you're going to notice the first thing, the yellow cone, right? It's synonymous with quality. It's synonymous with top sound quality, with longevity, and it's going to go through that on your bike. And it also looks cool, let's be honest. The other thing you're going to notice is, again, the inverted surround, however, slightly different than the Access. In 2016, when the K2 Power was redesigned, the introduction of the TMD surround, or that ridge of mass around the butyl surround, helped keep that cone motion so much more linear. It offered a huge reduction in distortion in the 1 to 3K range. They've taken that same technology and they've put it inside the Kevlar Harley Davidson speaker. So not only is it the inverted butyl surround, but it is also still a TMD surround with a progressive spider. You are getting all the things you pay for in the regular K2 Power lineup in a premium speaker for a motorcycle. Not only was that speaker redone ground up, they've offered a brand new tweeter. Now this tweeter still follows the DNA of the K2 power line. It's an M profile Kevlar dome, all right? So we know that M profile allows us to play a lot more bandwidth, and because of the compression tweeter, we get that volume, that drive, and those dynamics that we want, but it's also a lot less directional, all right? Once again, that comes to be very important when you're on a motorcycle cruising down the road. If you don't have speakers sound going everywhere you need, you're not going to hear it. You're wearing a helmet, etc. So it's very important that these speakers, as a compression driver, blast as much sound as possible to you. I just quickly want to touch on the accessories. So regarding the bike that you're using, whether it's 1998 to 2013 or 2014 up, there's a different set of speaker grills for either bike, all which are included with each package of speakers. So regarding on the model that you order, you will get the corresponding correct grills for that motorcycle. If you order the 2013 and under, you're going to get the grills that look like this. So you're going to get the Road Glide grill, or you're going to get the Street Glide grill, depending. And like I said, with the 98 to 13, you will require a speaker adapter that we do provide. Should you go 14 up, those factory came with a 6.5 speaker, making your life a whole bunch even easier than it already is with the grills he mounts. It simply pressure fits through here, through the grill, locked in place. Doing that allowed us to keep the pole pieces of the speakers completely sealed to help with more weather resistance. And then let's not forget, guys, whether you're running these on a factory amplified system or the factory head unit or an aftermarket amplifier, we have the solution for you. This is our FDP Sport. This is a badass amplifier. This amplifier is designed for the power sports and Harley Davidson. That's why it has this angle cut on the front, because on the Street Glides, it mounts on top of the head units. This amp is conformally coated. It comes with Harley Molex input and output connectors, as well as OFC power and ground to run from the amplifier all the way down to the battery of the bike to make your life even easier. Guys, one thing I do have to tell you, not to be understated, is this amp is a true 1000 RMS 4-channel amplifier. You can run it in 4-channel, 3-channel, or 2-channel mode bridge, and it will deliver you all the power that you need to run the K2 power speakers in your bike. That's our Harley lineup. So I want to show you guys a real world application of these speakers and what to expect with this amplifier and these speakers inside of a mock Harley fairing right when we come back. All right, guys, we're back. Here we have our 1998 to 2013 Harley Road Glide fairing. First thing I want you to notice is the beautiful bright yellow cones on the left and right in the fairing on a black bike, really standing out. That K2 power cone is just synonymous with top quality, great volume, and amazing dynamics. As we get in closer to the speaker, the one thing I want you to notice is the placement of the tweeter. So the tweeters are outboard mounted in the grill to give you the most amount of sound possible. Being that they are a compression driver and so less directional than most tweeters, they're going to fill your listening space with as much sound as possible. Further back, you're going to notice a fully sealed K2 power cone and speaker that is completely water resistant from the front side. As we move around and look closer, you're going to notice the grills with the Focal logos. Now, the Focal logos are put there in place just to remind you guys and to give you yourselves that sense of high-end feeling and Focal in the bike. As we move around to the back, you're going to notice that the Focal speaker is fastened to a 5 1/4 to 6.5 inch adapter ring that is provided by us and made by Focal. All right, that speaker does have gaps on the bottom of the ring, but that's by design to allow any sort of accumulation of moisture or water to drain out. If we go down further down the fairing on this Road Glide, you're going to see the FDP Sport. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember that that is a 1000 RMS 4-channel amplifier, actually 1000 RMS. Fully conformally coated PCB, so fully weather resistant. Mounted and tucked up where it needs to be in combination with the ES165K Harley Davidson speakers, you get the ultimate dynamic power and sound that you would expect for nothing less than a Harley Davidson. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
There you have it. Great presentation as usual, Justin. I expected no less.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you again. Once again, I can't thank everyone enough. Make sure you guys hang out for the next session. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're giving a lot of stuff away. I mean, dealers, you guys all earned it. You guys spent a lot of time this week. Ben Wu, just before we get a chance, I just want to say a huge thank you to you for all the time and effort you and Frank have put into this. I think it's really great what you guys have done for the industry. I think it's just the boost that the industry needs to keep flourishing and having fun right now. So, I know you and I have put in a ton of hours, so I can't even imagine you with every other brand and every other distributor. I mean, I think if there's going to be one expert on product and car audio in Canada right now, it's going to be Ben Wu.
I can tell you right now, I am more trained than anybody in the industry as we speak.
So, I mean, from everyone here at BB Distribution, man, thank you guys so much. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the effort, and thank you for the investment that you've made into an industry that, let's be honest, we all got in here because we love it, right? Mm-hmm. And it's fueled by passion, and it's fueled by fun, much like Harley Davidson owners and Harley Davidson motorcycles. So, everyone, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed Focal. I hope you enjoyed all the training. Stick around. Check out the specials on the Facebook page. We're going to give some stuff away. And that's what I have to say for now.
Right back at you, man. It's been an awesome time collaborating with you and the team. I'd like to say thank you as well. But we're going to close it out big time. Tech Tracks. Stay tuned. We're going to come off air. We're going to come right back on. And we're going to give a bunch of ish away. How's that?
Yeah, man.
Take care. See you in a bit.
See you guys.
That wraps it up from the training side of things from this BB Distribution Showcase live from day 5 of CMA Industry Week. One more session to go. It's an important one. Make sure you log back in. It's going to start in about 6 minutes at 8:30 Eastern on the dot, called Tech Tracks, and it's going to be a fun party. It's a giveaway. We're going to give away a ton of stuff. Well, I'm not going to do it. BB's going to do it, but it should be a blast. Hey, I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.